Geeta, go ahead.
Thank you. A question on the presidential elections in Iran, Vedant. The government claims that 40% participation, although the diaspora disputes that figure. I was wondering, now, there are two candidates that are going into the second round. One is the well-known hardline Saeed Jalili, and the other one is being presented as a reformist. I was wondering, what is the State Department's overall assessment of the situation and this election?
So first, let me just say, we're not in a position to confirm or any turnout number or speculate on what the implications of that might mean for the Iranian regime. Our viewpoint is that even the Iranian government's official numbers about turnout are most other things as it relates to the Iranian regime are unreliable. Our view is that these elections in Iran are not free and fair, and we have no expectation that these elections and whatever the outcome might be will lead to a fundamental change in Iran's direction or lead the Iranian regime to offer more respect for human rights and more dignity for its citizens. So I just don't have any prognosis to offer, Geeta.
Vedant, as you probably know, the Islamic Republic was allowed to have polling stations here on the U.S. soil. I was wondering what is that decision based on? Is it a treaty? Is it a diplomatic norm to allow another country to have polling stations for their citizens on U.S. soil? Especially that Canada did not allow such a thing, and the U.S. was probably the first country to impose major sanctions on Iran and has talked about Iran, the Islamic Republic, as being as conducting transnational suppression against the dissidents. So what is the decision to allow another country, especially in a case like Iran, to have polling stations?
I'm happy to check on any technical specifics on how such a process is determined. I'll have to get back to you on that. But let me just say that in this context, foreign governments carrying out election-related activities in the U.S., they need to do so in a manner that is consistent with U.S. law and regulation. We respect the rights of Iranian citizens and the diaspora protesting Iran's elections or choosing to participate in Iran's elections. And I will also just note that the Iranians have conducted this kind of activity in the United States before, so this is nothing new, and as have a number of other governments, especially in the time that I have worked here as well. But I'm happy to check about the specific technical process for you.
Thank you.
Can I just ask you, when you said that most figures released by the Iranian government are unreliable, does that extend to uranium enrichment, centrifuge, numbers of centrifuges running, oil exports?
Well, I mean, in the context of that question, if you specifically as it relates to its nuclear activities, that is certainly one of the reasons why we have insisted that the Iranian regime appropriately open its door to the IAEA as persistent
fair enough. So
agreements.
So you would say that it extends to that. You don't believe them on anything.
They do not have a track record of credibility when it comes to
anything.
I think that would be a fair assessment.
Okay.